children are now being beaten at Taliban checkpoints in Kabul as violence in the capital ramps up ahead of the planned withdrawal of U.S. forces. One Afghan family carrying valid documents to flee the country were stopped at the final checkpoint before the airport by Taliban fighters and beaten, including their 2 young children. They were forced back into hiding to tend to their wounds, with just days to go before NATO forces withdraw completely from Afghanistan on August 31 and the Taliban seize control of Kabul airport. Violence on the streets is worsening by the day, with militants using batons, whips and guns to coerce civilians desperately trying to escape on the last few flights leaving Kabul. High-ranking members of the Afghan government in hiding are living in fear as their junior colleagues are interrogated by the hardline Islamists and threatened with violence to give up their seniors. Some have been rounded up at gunpoint and taken to government buildings with threats to either pledge allegiance to the Taliban or risk their families being put to death. Dominic Byrne of crowdfunding platform FundSurfer, which has turned its resources over to humanitarian efforts, said one senior government minister has been handed over to the Taliban after a member of his support staff gave away his location. To start with, the Taliban were taking low-level government staff out of the city for interrogation sessions so they couldn't be seen by the cameras, but now they're becoming more overt with their threats and violence, he said. Ministry staff were put in a government building over the weekend and were asked to put up their hands if they swore allegiance to the Taliban. A couple didn't and were taken aside and told, "Unless you do this, we will kill your family." It comes after the brother of an Afghan translator was sentenced to death by insurgents, according to leaked court documents. The translator worked with American troops and his brother was accused of providing security for him during the war. These court decisions are final and you will not have the right to object. You chose this path for yourself and your death is imminent, sick, God willing. Read the chilling final letter sent to the man, whose whereabouts is not known.